Listen carefully, because what I'm about to reveal to you about business success, Machiavellian business strategy, corporate power psychology, and the hidden principles of entrepreneurial domination is not motivational entertainment. It is a psychological and strategic weapon. A weapon forged in the unfiltered understanding of human nature, the ruthless architecture of power, and the silent mechanics that determine who rises in business and who is quietly crushed. Most people will never learn this. Even fewer will apply it, and only a microscopic minority will have the discipline, emotional intelligence, and strategic clarity to actually use it to build wealth, influence, corporate positioning, negotiation power, and strategic business advantage. Business success is not built by talent alone, not luck, not education, not inspiration, not even hard work. Business success, real business success, is built by psychological intelligence, strategic thinking, Machiavellian business awareness, and an ability to read human motives with clinical precision. Because behind every corporate decision, every business negotiation, every entrepreneurial rise, every investment move and silent alliance, lies one truth. Power is traded, never gifted, never shared, never surrendered, only traded. This is the unseen foundation of every successful business empire, every cash flow fortress, every negotiation where one walks away with more and the other loses ground without even knowing it. And this is where Machiavelli enters business like a shadow moving behind the boardroom table. He never speaks, never announces himself, never reveals his strategy. He watches, lists patterns, measures people, studies motives, and pulls the invisible strings that decide outcomes. This script is a map into that world. Before we go deeper, take a moment and make sure you're part of this journey. Subscribe to White Side of Black Coded, because here we don't just talk about success, we decode the silent forces that shape it. Every week, I reveal the hidden psychology behind wealth, power, and human behavior. Truths most people will never hear in their lifetime. Let's dive in. The first principle: understand people, not profits. Niccolò Machiavelli believed that power, leadership, strategy, and long-term success were built on one non-negotiable truth. You do not succeed by understanding business. You succeed by understanding people. Because every business deal, every partnership, every contract, every corporate decision, every market strategy, every investor meeting, every competitor's move, every customer purchase begins first in human psychology. Profit is only the final echo. Every entrepreneur who rises understands this. Every entrepreneur who falls ignores it. You can master business models, learn management, improve product quality, refine services, and adjust pricing. But if you cannot read a person's motive, if you cannot sense their hidden interests, if you cannot identify their emotional leverage points, if you cannot detect their fears, ego, insecurities, ambitions, weaknesses, silent desires, and unspoken intentions, you are negotiating blind. And blind negotiators never win. Business is psychological combat disguised as polite conversation. Contracts are battles written in ink. Boardrooms are war rooms with glass ceilings. Smiles hide agendas. Praise hide manipulation. And silence hides strategy. To win, you must see beneath the mask. This is Machiavellian business psychology, the art of decoding human nature to influence outcomes without force, without noise, and without showing your hand. The quiet weapon: appear weak, operate strong. One of Machiavelli's most misunderstood truths is this: perception is more valuable than truth. especially in business. Business culture glorifies confidence, dominance, screaming ambition, and loud self-marketing. But the strongest players in any market do not speak loudly. They observe silently. They move quietly. They gather leverage slowly. Because the more people underestimate you, the more room you have to maneuver. In business psychology, this translates into strategic invisibility. Never reveal your financial capacity. Never expose your deepest plans. Never disclose your strongest contacts. Never reveal the source of your advantage. Never reveal how much you know. Never expose the speed you can move with. Never allow competitors to read your blueprint. To build business power, competitive advantage, and corporate security, you must make people believe you have less power than you truly hold. Quiet leaders make the loud ones reveal themselves first. Quiet CEOs make their rivals show their weaknesses first. Quiet entrepreneurs make their market enemies swing blindly. The silent strategist watches every move and strikes when it matters most. The psychology of business leverage. Machiavelli taught that leverage is the lifeblood of power. In business, leverage is created by information, timing, relationships, silence, positioning, scarcity, reputation, access. The entrepreneur who has leverage doesn't need to demand, threaten, or beg. They simply exist in a position where people move in their favor without resistance. Leverage in business psychology looks like this. People chase you, not the other way around. Clients trust your judgment. Competitors mirror your strategies. Investors want to be associated with your name. Others fear losing access to you. Partners prefer to agree rather than risk your absence. Silence from you creates discomfort in others. A Machiavellian entrepreneur knows that the more someone wants something from you, the more power you hold over them. That could be your approval, your resources, your knowledge, your capital, your connections, your strategic mind. This is how business influence is built, not by shouting dominance, but by controlling what others quietly desire. Never show your real source of power. Machiavelli warned rulers to never reveal where their true power originates. If enemies identify your power source, they target it. If competitors see your edge, they replicate it. If partners understand your leverage, they negotiate harder. Your business strategy, your capital structure, your deal flow source, your mentors, investors, connections, designers, or analysts should never be openly displayed. Let people see your results, but never your machinery. In business power psychology, exposure is suicide. Mystery builds respect. Silence builds fear. Selective disclosure builds control. Be visible enough to be respected, but invisible enough to remain unpredictable. In the world of business competitiveness, unpredictability is power. Because no one can attack a target they cannot fully identify. Control information, control outcomes. The Machiavellian entrepreneur treats information like currency and a weapon. They never overshare, explain themselves too much, inform opponents of intentions, warn before moves, or react emotionally. Instead, they gather data, listen deeply, analyze patterns, read facial tension, decode emotional signals, identify insecurities, scan for ambition, test loyalty through silence. In business negotiations, the person who speaks less always controls more. Because people expose themselves when confronted with silence. They reveal their fears. They exaggerate their power. They confess their goals. They over-explain their motives. They try to impress. They try to fill the quiet. And in their words, they reveal everything. Silence is the Machiavellian businessman's X-ray machine. It exposes the bones beneath the surface. Speak less, study more, ask the right questions, and never show how much you already know. Win in business by understanding human needs. Machiavelli taught that the predictable weaknesses of the human mind are the foundation of influence. In business, the biggest weaknesses are ego, validation, recognition, fear of loss, ambition, greed, insecurity, emotional hunger, and desire to belong. If you can identify these weaknesses in clients, investors, competitors, or corporate stakeholders, you can steer decisions without appearing forceful. Because most business decisions are emotional first, logical second.
People buy what makes them feel powerful, what makes them feel respected, what protects status, what reduces internal fear. A Machiavellian strategist in business identifies these needs quietly and offers solutions that satisfy them while securing their own benefit. The hidden law: appear moral, act strategically. Machiavelli never encouraged cruelty or dishonesty. Most people misunderstand him. He simply knew that business and politics punish naive idealism. He advised leaders to appear moral, compassionate, ethical, trustworthy, generous, and aligned with the public good, but to act strategically when necessary, protecting interests, resources, position, reputation, and power. Business is full of players who pretend fairness but move with surgical precision behind closed doors. So you must stand within that world skillfully. Keep your public image clean. Keep your professional tone polite. Keep your relationships respectful. But behind the mask, calculate every move. Because business is not a playground of good intentions. It is a battlefield of incentives. And incentives determine morality more than words ever do. Loyalty in business is conditional. Machiavelli understood that loyalty is transactional. Its true driver is benefit. When benefit changes, loyalty evaporates. Business leaders lose partnerships because they assume people stay loyal due to friendship, history, emotions, promises. But Machiavellian business psychology reveals a darker truth. People are loyal only for as long as loyalty serves their advancement. This truth is not cynical. It is realistic. And in realism, strength is born. Never build your business strategy assuming someone will defend you out of sentiment. Instead, structure relationships so that mutual benefit is preserved. Tie incentives together, bind outcomes, interlock value. If someone's benefit depends on your success, they will protect you, not because they love you, but because they need you. That is the only durable form of loyalty in business. Fear versus love in business leadership. Machiavelli's most controversial lesson in business leadership psychology is this: it is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. In business, being feared does not mean being aggressive, abusive, cruel, or loud. Fear, in this context, means being respected for decisiveness, coherence, discipline, competence, emotional control, strategic intelligence, ability to enforce boundaries. To be loved in business is to be liked. To be feared in business is to be respected. People follow leaders they respect, not leaders they pity, laugh at, or dismiss. When employees fear disappointing you, they perform. When competitors fear underestimating you, they move carefully. When partners fear losing access to you, they negotiate fairly. Fear, in its professional form, creates stability, but Machiavelli advised balance. A business leader must be respected enough to be taken seriously, but ethical, fair, and competent enough to be trusted. This is the psychological equilibrium that creates long-term corporate authority. Emotional control, the power core of business success. Every entrepreneur who rises into elite business territory eventually discovers one universal law. The person who controls their emotions controls the outcome. Machiavellian business psychology places emotional discipline at the very center of corporate power, negotiation leverage, and strategic influence. Anger leaks weakness. Desperation leaks vulnerability. Excitement leaks information. Fear leaks obedience. Frustration leaks strategic limits. The intelligent business mind moves slowly, visibly calm, and internally measured regardless of market instability, negotiation tension, financial risk, competitor threat, partnership conflict. Because emotional neutrality is a shield. When others become emotional, they reveal themselves. When you remain still, you learn. In business negotiations, the one who breaks first loses leverage. The one who reacts loudly exposes insecurities. The one who shows eagerness loses bargaining power. Machiavelli advised rulers to appear calm during storms. In business, that translates to emotional detachment,
Reduced reactivity, logical prioritization, slow decision rhythm, analytical thinking. These qualities create corporate dominance. They make other players uncertain, and uncertainty is the birthplace of power. When people cannot read your internal state, they cannot predict your next move. And unpredictability forces caution. Caution means advantage. Reputation, the strategic currency of business. Machiavelli warned rulers that reputation is more powerful than armies. In business, reputation is more powerful than capital, because reputation shapes investor confidence, hiring quality, partnership opportunities, customer trust, strategic invitations, industry access, corporate alliances. A strong business reputation creates psychological gravity. People lean toward you, speak carefully around you, and assume you are more competent than you actually are. This Machiavellian principle explains a brutal truth. People judge your business competence long before they see your work. They judge by discipline, tone, consistency, communication, posture, website presence, online voice, negotiation clarity, brand aesthetic, self-control. Your business reputation should not be left to chance. It must be curated, strengthened, protected, and weaponized. Because opportunities are not offered to the most deserving, but to the most credible. Credibility is psychological leverage disguised as public image. And the wise entrepreneur invests in credibility before anything else. Attention follows credibility. Capital follows credibility. Partnership follows credibility. High-value clients follow credibility. Power follows credibility. It is the unseen engine of long-term business success. Strategic alliances. Choose useful over friendly. In business,
The wrong partnership is worse than no partnership at all. Machiavelli taught that alliances must form around shared strategic outcome, not comfort, not familiarity, not emotional connection. In corporate territory, strategic alignment matters more than personal bonding. A powerful alliance is built on complementary resources, mutually valuable access, strategic timing, shared market interests, reciprocal leverage, long-term incentives. Never choose partners because you like them. Likability is weak soil for strategic roots. Choose partners who unlock new markets, reduce risk, expand distribution, elevate status, strengthen defense, increase negotiation power, add intellectual firepower, accelerate revenue flow. Emotion makes alliances fragile. Strategy makes alliances profitable. A Machiavellian entrepreneur never chases partnership for validation. They select alliances the way a chess master selects pieces: calculated, intentional, mission-oriented. A useful ally is worth 100 friendly faces. A strategic relationship replaces 1,000 social conversations. Because business is not companionship, business is exchange. The art of controlled generosity. One of Machiavelli's most counterintuitive business principles is the intelligent use of generosity. He warned that generosity, when used to gain approval, will destroy you. But generosity, when used strategically, elevates your influence beyond the reach of your competitors. In business influence psychology, generosity must be targeted, support your positioning, reinforce your authority, cultivate long-term loyalty, seed future leverage. Give only when giving strengthens your presence. Examples: sharing insights that position you as the authority, helping a future high-value client when they are small, assisting a potential investor before they ever commit, opening a door for someone whose access may one day matter. Strategic generosity creates psychological debt, and debt creates gravity. People remember who made their first breakthrough possible, who helped when walls were high, who offered value without asking first. This memory becomes leverage years later. Strategic generosity is investment disguised as kindness. The business mindset. Think long, move fast. Machiavelli respected long arc vision. Business success requires the same. Short-term thinking is corporate self-sabotage. Immediate gratification kills strategic positioning. Impatience blinds negotiation clarity. The Machiavellian entrepreneur studies the decade, not the day. They ask, how will this decision reshape leverage? How will this partnership position me later? How will this investment compound after 5 cycles? How does this choice protect future expansion? They plant seeds others ignore. They move quietly while others chase applause. But do not confuse long thinking with slow action. Strategic minds move quickly once patterns are understood. Because Machiavellian business thinking demands long-term vision, short-term execution, disciplined preparation, rapid deployment. Watch any great CEO. They take time to analyze, but act instantly once clarity forms. That combination creates competitive annihilation. Vision without action is fantasy. Action without vision is chaos. The Machiavellian mind projects far ahead and then executes now. Reading people, the highest business skill. Business is human chess, and the entrepreneur who cannot read faces, body language, emotional energy, and behavioral signals is negotiating blindfolded. Machiavelli believed that leaders must read people the way generals read terrain. In business psychology, look for insecurity masked as confidence, fear disguised as aggression, ambition hiding beneath politeness, envy behind compliments, manipulation inside flattery, disloyalty inside silence, true intention behind tone. Most people speak in signals, not sentences. Observe eye movement, breathing rhythm, voice tension, micro-expressions, delayed responses, sentence structure, hand stillness, instinctive defensiveness, emotional spikes. The body rarely lies. When someone over-explains, avoids specific details, emphasizes loyalty too loudly, smiles at the wrong moment, watches your reactions too closely, they're hiding something. A Machiavellian entrepreneur does not judge words, they judge patterns. Patterns reveal truth, truth reveals strategy. Controlled silence, a tactical business instrument. Silence is more terrifying than threat, more persuasive than argument, more influential than flattery. Machiavellian business psychology treats silence as a structural weapon. Silence during negotiation forces the other side to speak more, concede more, reveal more, justify more. Silence when receiving praise tests loyalty. Silence when attacked reveals weakness in your attacker. Silence when offered a deal exposes the other party's need. Silence attracts attention. Silence creates mystique. Silence instills caution. The loud entrepreneur seems insecure. The quiet strategist seems dangerous. Because humans instinctively fear what they cannot read. Silence builds psychological walls stronger than speech ever can. Appear predictable, be unpredictable. One of Machiavelli's sharpest insights is the strategic value of predictability. People relax when they believe they understand you. They reveal more when they assume you are harmless. They plan poorly when they think they can anticipate you. So give them a stable image, calm, polite, structured, logical, consistent. But beneath that still surface, maintain strategic unpredictability. Change direction when expected to remain still. Grow quietly when others assume stagnation. Rebuild while they watch the ruins. Scale when they believe you're retreating. Invest when the market panics. Hold your tongue when they provoke. The unmapped path makes enemies uncomfortable, and discomfort creates advantage. Predictable moves create predictable outcomes. Unpredictable moves create power. The skill of saying less. Business success demands one brutal discipline. Do not explain your strategy to people who are not aligned with it. In Machiavellian power logic, unnecessary explanation is self-exposure. When you explain, you give away leverage. You provide emotional access. You reveal your future movements. You teach others how to counter you. Say only what secures outcomes, never what satisfies ego. People who require explanations are not strategic partners. They are liabilities. Let your results speak. Let your moves surprise. Let your silence alarm. The less people know, the less they can use. Remove emotion from strategy, but not from humanity. Machiavelli did not advocate cruelty. He advocated realism. In business, realism protects cash flow, brand strength, reputation, equity, investor confidence, long-term positioning. But realism must not eliminate humanity. Treat people with dignity, honor agreements, reward loyalty, pay fairly, build respect. These create enduring alliances and strategic protection. Machiavellian psychology is not heartlessness. It is awareness of how humans think, act, decide, betray, align, change, fear, and pursue gain. Emotional intelligence plus strategic realism creates unstoppable business presence. The entrepreneur who separates sentiment from structural decision-making remains strong in markets that devour the naive. Discretion, the invisible business advantage. The businessman who cannot keep secrets will never hold power. Discretion is rare. Rare things are valuable. Valuable things grant leverage. Never share. Scaled revenue numbers, internal struggles, strategic future maps, investor relationships, capital sources, legal vulnerabilities, core intellectual property, personal insecurity. These are the arteries of your enterprise. Guard them. A Machiavellian entrepreneur speaks in generalities, not specifics, shares in principle, not detail, admits setbacks, but not weakness. Information is power, and power belongs only to those who can protect what they know. Patience in business warfare. Markets punish the impulsive. Industries destroy the impatient. Competition devours the emotional. Machiavellian strategic patience is not passive waiting. It is calm observation until the right moment reveals itself. Watch industry trends, competitor behavior, market timing, psychological readiness of clients, investment cycles, decision patterns of stakeholders. The greatest business victories come not from rapid movement, but from right timing. Move too early and you exhaust resources. Move too late and opportunities vanish. But move precisely and the market opens. Patience is positioning. Positioning is power.
Scarcity, the silent driver of demand. Machiavelli understood scarcity as psychological leverage. People desire what they believe is limited, is rare, is exclusive, not everyone can access. In business, limit contact, restrict access, be selective, control availability. Never be over-present, never appear desperate, never make your value too common. Scarcity forces people to assign higher value. It increases price. It raises perceived importance. It heightens interest. It creates elite status. Luxury industries are built on illusion of rarity. So are elite consulting firms, exclusive mentorship networks, premium services, and private equity partnerships. Scarcity shapes behavior. Make your business brand, insight, or access feel selective, and you control demand without ever begging for it. Power of positioning. Never compete where crowds gather. Machiavelli caught that power belongs to those who play where others are not looking. In business, competing in crowded markets is strategic suicide. Real wealth is found where fewer think, fewer act, fewer build, fewer dare to risk.
Go where opponents are blind. Emerging markets, overlooked gaps, neglected demographics, unfulfilled needs, unsolved frustrations, outdated industries. The Machiavellian entrepreneur studies what everyone ignores and builds empires in the forgotten corners. While competitors chase the loud space, the silent strategist conquers the quiet one. That's where profit margins are large, competition is weak, and advantages compound with little resistance. Study competitors without revealing yourself. Never position yourself as a threat prematurely. When competitors see you rising openly, they resist earlier. Machiavellian business strategy advises: stay out of spotlight while building, gather intelligence quietly, analyze competitor weaknesses, observe pricing strategies, track marketing patterns, decode customer dissatisfaction, watch hiring and leadership decisions. Most companies are vulnerable more than they appear. The more silently you gather this intelligence, the more precision your launch carries. Attack only when your foundation is fortified. Business wars are won before the battle begins, through preparation, understanding, and psychological mapping. Discipline, the true DNA of business power. Talent without discipline collapses. Genius without discipline stagnates. Vision without discipline dissolves. Machiavellian business power thrives on structure, personal standards, relentless work ethic, measurable targets, self-control, intellectual development, time management, decision clarity, internal order. People respect what is difficult to maintain. Discipline is difficult. Therefore, discipline becomes respected. Respect becomes leverage. Leverage becomes authority. Authority becomes power. The disciplined entrepreneur is psychologically intimidating without trying to appear intimidating. Calm, organized, measured, consistent. This makes others step cautiously. People align more willingly. Partnerships become smoother. Negotiations bend in your direction. Discipline is silent power. Strategic adaptation, the intelligence to change when necessary. Machiavelli warned that leaders fall not because they lack strength, but because they cannot adapt. In business, markets evolve.
Technology transforms. Competitors innovate. Consumer psychology shifts. Economic climates fluctuate. The Machiavellian entrepreneur adapts without losing identity. They upgrade models, but keep principles. Adjust pace, but keep direction. Heal flaws, but guard the foundation. Adaptation is business survival. Adaptation is wealth protection. Adaptation is strategic evolution. Rigidity kills corporations, but fluidity conquers them. Guarding reputation. Retaliate rarely, but with precision. Machiavelli taught that retaliation should be rare, but devastating. Not emotional, not chaotic, not noisy. When someone attempts to discredit you, weaken your brand, or sabotage your business leverage, do not react impulsively. Instead, document everything, identify motive, track weaknesses, search for vulnerabilities, hold silence. The Machiavellian response is not rage, but timing. When retaliation is necessary, it must be defensible, strategic, reputationally clean, firmly grounded, justified. One measured countermove destroys 1,000 petty attacks. Let enemies reveal themselves fully before you ever respond. The more someone exposes their intent, the easier it is to dismantle them. Long-term psychological positioning. At the highest levels of business, product matters. Capital matters. Networks matter. Systems matter. But none matter more than psychological positioning. If people see you as intelligent, competent, reliable, strategically dangerous, resourceful, emotionally disciplined, financially knowledgeable, then doors open before you knock. Powerful people want association. Competent people seek proximity. Investors seek partnership. Markets want alignment. This psychological aura is not built through arrogance, but through consistency, calm demeanor, strategic restraint, intellectual strength, controlled public presence. Machiavellian presence in business is not loud. It is quietly undeniable. When people sense you cannot be manipulated, you rise. When people sense you cannot be intimidated, you rise. When people sense you cannot be deceived, you rise. Wealth as psychological infrastructure. Machiavellian principles apply to wealth creation as well. Wealth is not just financial, it is psychological. Wealth is freedom of movement, strategic mobility, decision autonomy, negotiation leverage, time ownership, mental security. The wealthy entrepreneur negotiates differently, invests differently, moves differently, reacts differently, because wealth dissolves desperation, and desperation is the greatest vulnerability in business. Machiavellian business psychology teaches that wealth is armor, and armor changes the battlefield. When you don't need to rush decisions, when you don't need to accept bad offers, when you don't need to impress, when you don't need permission, you think clearly. And clear thinking is the blueprint of power.
When to speak, when to withdraw. Not every deal must be pursued. Not every client must be won. Not every opportunity must be seized. Machiavelli understood the value of strategic withdrawal. Withdraw when the deal erodes leverage, the partnership weakens positioning, the business model drains focus, the contract limits future decisions, the alliance restricts independence. A controlled exit is not failure, it is intelligence. Walking away expands leverage, it communicates self-possession, it recalibrates how others value your presence. Scarcity creates demand, boundaries create respect. Withdraw not as surrender, but as recalibration. The entrepreneur who knows when to walk away rarely loses. The business predator mindset. Predators in business are not violent. They are alert, analytical, patient, perceptive. They hunt inefficiencies, vulnerabilities, gaps, weaknesses, opportunities, blind spots, emotional exposures. They do not roar, they observe. They do not rush, they wait. They do not compete loudly, they strike silently. Predator wealth psychology is simple. Know everything you can. Reveal as little as possible. Move only when it matters. And never waste energy on battles that offer no strategic reward. This is Machiavellian capitalism, and it builds empires. The final law: power rewards the prepared. Machiavelli believed that fortune favors those who are prepared before opportunity arrives. Business power does not appear by accident. It appears when you study patterns, analyze failures, learn markets, expand intelligence, control emotion, build reputation, design leverage structures, develop strategic alliances, protect information,
enforce discipline, cultivate psychological presence. When opportunity arrives, most people freeze, but the Machiavellian entrepreneur has already built networks, drafted plans, tested prototypes, aligned capital, analyzed risks, prepared contingencies, strengthened positioning. So when the door opens, they walk through without hesitation. Closing truth: Machiavellian business success. Business is human strategy. Money is the measurement. Power is the consequence. And Machiavelli understood the architecture better than anyone. Success is psychological. Wealth is psychological. Leadership is psychological. Negotiation is psychological. Dominance is psychological. The entrepreneur who wins is the one who understands people deeply, clinically, analytically, unemotionally. The Machiavellian entrepreneur does not chase validation. They chase positioning. They chase advantage. They chase leverage. They chase clarity. They chase strategic control. And through those, they acquire wealth, respect, security, and power. Remember this: behind every corporate empire is someone who sees further, thinks deeper, moves slower, speaks less, observes more, and acts with precision when others act with impulse. That person did not succeed by accident. They succeeded through Machiavellian business psychology. And that psychology belongs now to you.